Ames.
Here.
Corcoran.
Here.
Florima. Here. Gray.
Here.
Neal.
Here.
Patrick.
Here.
Cole. Here. Patton. Trutcher. Here. Everyone please stand for the pledge. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, everyone has copied the minutes. Do we have a motion to approve? Second, Joel Florima. Roll call. Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florima.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Trutcher. Yes. Now we have reports of committees. Mrs. Patrick.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. The Utilities Committee has one item on tonight's agenda, and it is item number 6. It's the first reading of an ordinance permanently authorizing the City of Chillicothe to participate in the ODOT Cooperative Purchasing Program. This ordinance is needed so that transit can purchase buses from a contracted vendor at a reduced price. Utilities also needs this in place so that they can save $2,000 on the lawn tractor we just received. They purchased it with the understanding we were already part of the program, so we need to get it in place. And also the police department needs this for future purchases. I did check with Jack Lang for the water plant, Chief Washburn and Tom Day to see if they needed any special wording in this ordinance like we did for ODOT, and we do not. So this ordinance has also been worded so it's permanent, and at the appropriate time, I would like to make a motion to waive the 2 reading. And the Utilities Committee would also like to ask for a review session, July 13th at 6:30, which would be just prior to our regular council meeting. And this will be an update on all the projects we've been allocating money for in Willis County. And that concludes our report.
Thank you, Mrs. Patrick. Anyone else? Mr. Cole?
Safety Service Committee does not have any items on tonight's agenda. However, I did want to share some information with council about one of the assignments we're currently working on, dealing with the trade-in of vehicles in the police department. At the last Safety Service Committee meeting, there were a number of council members who asked for a legal opinion as to whether or not we could trade in the vehicles for newer vehicles. And I've got a legal opinion back from the law director. It says, I am in receipt of your request for legal opinion concerning the trade-in of used police cruisers for new cruisers. Please be aware that Ohio Revised Code Section 721.15b allows for the trade-in of vehicles, equipment, or machinery which have been found to be obsolete for vehicles, equipment, or machinery of the same type. The statute does require bids and to buy. The statute does require bids to buy and trade in. So that clarifies some of that, I hope. I know there was some discussion on whether or not they would have to be auctioned or if it was okay to trade in, but according to this opinion from our law director, she's here, she wants to add to that, but we would be allowed to do a trade-in. And that concludes my report.
Anyone else? Maria?
Yes, the Community Affairs Committee only has one item here. It's number 5, first reading. Read it out. The Residential Companion Displacement and Relocation Assistance Plan for purposes of receiving CDBG funds and authorizing the mayor to execute it. It needs to be updated. It hasn't been, and this actually has a date for funds for monies to be applied for, and it's coming upon that date. So at the proper time, I would like to ask for waive the 3 read rule
James.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Ketchum. Development has two items on the agenda tonight. Item 1 is the first reading of an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Chillicothe to enter into a contract authorizing the Ohio Regional Development Corporation, ORDC, to file an application with the state of Ohio to participate in the 2015 CDBG Community Development Competitive Grant Programs, Downtown Revitalization Grant, and Critical Infrastructure Grant, accepting the grant or grants if funded, agreeing to comply with the program requirements, authorizing ORDC to administer the program, and declaring an emergency. We have applied for CDBG grants many times in the past. With these two grants, the city is authorizing the ORDC to act as the city's grant agent. ORDC wrote the grant applications, will file the applications, and if we're funded, will administer the grant or grants. Because this is due by the end of June, at the appropriate time, I'm going to ask for you to read the rule and pass this tonight. Item 2 is the first reading of a resolution authorizing the appropriation of funds in the amount of $6,944 as participating local funds for 2016 to the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission on behalf of the city of Chillicothe. This is also annual legislation. This resolution is our commitment to OVRDC to continue our support and participation. No money is appropriated to OVRDC until the end of December 2015. So I will let this one stand and ask to pass it at the next city council meeting. That concludes my report.
Anyone else?
Yes, the Park and Rec, thank you. The Park and Rec Committee doesn't have any, thing to report or any legislation this evening, but, we had some requests last week from the Park and Rec Board, and Mr. Tenner was trying to get some information, forward, so we weren't sure if we were gonna be able to have a Park and Rec Committee, so I apologize for the late notice, but we are going to have a Park and Rec Committee meeting this Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the Easter Seals shelter, which is right next to the stairs going up to the flood wall next to the pump house. One of the requests is that those stairs are falling apart going up to the flood wall, and so we would like to bring anyone that's interested and our members to come be able to take a look at the stairs. And Mr. Tenner will also be giving us an update of what's been going on at the pool and future projects.
Thank you, that's a good idea.
It's 3 o'clock.
And then I think there's a finance meeting that,
Yeah, finance meeting 4. I'll tell you what, it's located with the group. I haven't actually finalized that yet. We have that finance meeting right after that at the shelter also. So we have to run back over here. Finance meeting will be directly following the Parks and Rec meeting. Mrs. Workman, is that?
That's correct.
Anyone else have anything to report? Mrs. Neal?
City Services has one item on the agenda, it's item number 4, to appropriate $550.53 to pay an outstanding invoice for a pump used for adding hydraulic fluid to the new refuse trucks. This invoice, or this piece of equipment had already been received, and it found that it was over the threshold of had to be capital equipment, so we had to approve the appropriation. But other than that, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just a small piece of equipment that's needed to continue use of the refuse truck. That's all I have to report. Oh, yes, at the appropriate time, I'd like to waive the 3 reading rule. Thank you.
The Finance Committee has 3 items on tonight's agenda. Item 7 is the first reading of ordinance for continuation of Community Court Victim Witness Assistance Program grant. This application is due by June 30th, and at the appropriate time, I'll make a motion to waive that also. Item 8 is the first reading ordinance to add traffic controllers located within the city limits to the city's insurance policy. This time, I'd like a motion not to read this item, because I would like to have a finance meeting to discuss our options to this that I found out about, and we need to discuss these options, because this is a little bit more money than I'm comfortable with. Item 9 is first reading to permit the city of Chillicothe to accept donations for the city's annual 4th of July fireworks display. And since that's right around the corner, the appropriate time, I move to waive the reading rule also. And that concludes my report.
Mr. Made a motion to not read number 8. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Roll call. Ames.
Yes?
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Hutchins.
Yes. Anyone else have anything? Brings us to the reports of officials. Mayor Lewis.
Thank you, first of all, I'd like to express the city's sympathies to the Sayers family for tragic finding of her body this weekend in Highland County. Thoughts and prayers certainly go to the family, as well as our hopes and prayers go to the safe return of the remaining 2 missing women. Little detail on the law enforcement efforts been revealed on this, and I will do the same. I just want to say that collaborative agencies here in Ross County dealing with this issue are relatively unmatched since the murder of Larry Fox. Not only stops on this, federal, state agencies are working with local law enforcement to give these families some answers that they deserve. On the other end of that problem, this has a common theme of the heroin issue being part of the root cause problem. And the city continues to work on several aspects of enhancing that program and the help that it will bring to this community. First of which is the Heroin Partnership Program. Although the Department of Justice has not released who the final city is, the winner of that grant, we still remain in contention. I think Judge Ader did a magnificent job in turning in the application and collecting all the data from the various participating agencies in that, and gives us a good stand in that and a good chance to get that. So keep our fingers crossed on that. That is targeted more on law enforcement and the judicial system, get some additional horsepower to those agencies in fighting this. At the same time, I've been meeting with several treatment centers in southern Ohio, try and broaden our base of available treatment for people that are addicted in this area. Last week I facilitated a meeting with Ed Hughes, who is the CEO of the Counseling Center in Portsmouth, which is a remarkable facility down there with one of the best low recidivism rate for treating addicts with in-house treatment rather than outpatient treatment. And Mark Shooter of DINA, they need to have a medical provider affiliation. That meeting went very well, and I'll keep council appraised of the progress, bringing more treatment options to the community to help fight this problem. Last Wednesday, I participated in a joint exercise between the Ohio National Guard and emergency response teams called Guardian Shield 15 that actually every 4 years, the local LEPCs need to have a physical exercise in concert with the National Guard to deal with earthquakes, tornadoes, domestic situations, community kind of law enforcement issues that need the additional horsepower of the National Guard involvement. Or that typically centers around some sort of hazmat situation. This year, being a member of the CERT Commission, that's reporting board of the LEPCs, we kicked it up a notch and involved 3 communities simultaneously in an ISIS sort of terrorist attack scenario. Portage County, Licking County and Ross County were the places in Ohio where exercise drills took place and coordinated effort with local emergency responders and the National Guard. There were Homeland Security agencies there. All told, there was 52 agencies involved in those three scenarios that happened simultaneously. And being on the observing end of all three facilities and getting the reports in of how all that was conducted, rest assured that the National Guard stands ready to help local communities in any kind of event such as that takes place. That was the first time the LAPC's exercise program has ever introduced a domestic terrorism event, and everybody responded very well. And so my admiration and gratitude goes to the coordinated effort that was illustrated last week. We have the fireworks coming up on July 4th. We're still taking donations. Anybody wishing to donate to the fireworks can issue a check to the auditor's office with fireworks in the memo line at the bottom of the check. All donations are appreciated. And then finally, this past weekend we had the annual 25th annual Gus Macker event up at OUC. A rainy start, but rainy day Saturday was followed by a nice day yesterday, and those people played in the rain. But I want to especially give my appreciation to Adina for sponsoring that event. This is their last year they're going to sponsor it, and they've done a marvelous job putting that program together. There's a lot of moving parts to that, and it is one of the biggest Gus Macker events in the nation. So my appreciation to the Regional Medical Center and the team they have supporting that activity and a successful event. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Dixon. Next to Alderman Feeney.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Petruccio. Following up on Councilwoman Patrick's announcement about a review session prior to the first meeting in July, we will also be doing the tax budget public hearing immediately preceding that council meeting. The tax budget will be available for review in our office 10 days prior to that review session, and then it will go to council for vote that evening as it needs to be passed by the 15th. For those of you who haven't gone through that process before, it's an early projection of next year's revenue and expenses. The main change we'll see this year is obviously the additional revenue through income tax and the additional associated spending. That's the only item I have.
Thank you. On the record, Mrs. Walker.
Thank you, President Pro Tem Petruccio. The Law Director's Office joined with our local highway patrol, the Ross County Sheriff's Office, and the Chillicothe Police Department on an ODI checkpoint on Eastern Avenue that was held on June 13th, 2015. This turned out to be a collaborative effort to reduce alcohol-related crashes and raise public awareness about to reduce impaired driving. It proved to be very informative. It was a good team-building exercise between all the agencies that were involved, and we thought was very successful. I also have for you, as promised last time, I have new legislation request forms. I'm going to pass those out to you. Teresa also says that if you would like them in a electronic form, to just email our office. I have like several copies for you, so feel free to take like 3, 4, whatever. And really, that's about all I have for you. So you say 3 or 4, I'm passing out.
Thank you. President Pro Tem.
Anything else, Mrs. Rogers?
No, thank you, that concludes my report.
Thank you. Brings us to audience participation. Anyone wishing to speak, please step to the microphone. Council Rule 21 limits each speaker to 5 minutes and each subject to 15 minutes. Anyone is welcome. Seeing none, go to old business. Mr. Florina,
Mr. Point of order, at this time, do we excuse?
you can excuse Mr. Patton.
I'd like to, motion to excuse Mr. Patton.
Mrs. Gray seconds. Roll call.
Ames,
Yes?
Corcoran,
Yes.
Florina,
Yes.
Gray,
Yes.
Neal,
Yes.
Patrick.
If I must, yes.
Under duress.
Cole,
It has been twisted.
Trutville.
Yes.
Do we need to
And Mr.
excuse?
Tubbs is excused. No, we do not. That was the first question. Anything else in old business?
Just a quick question, the tax budget public hearing is before council,
It's immediately preceding the council meeting,
after the recession.
yes. So in the past, they've taken about 5 minutes.
Anyone else? That brings us to petitions and correspondence received from the clerk.
Mr. President Pro Tem, I received a couple of notices from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control. First one being in reference to the issuance of a permit to Sam's East Incorporated, doing business at Sam's Club at 4963 of 1270 North Bridge Street. The second one is a transfer permit from Inglefield Incorporated, doing business as Dublin and Grandview Duchess of 1090 Dublin Road, Columbus, Ohio, to Inglefield Incorporated, doing business as Pie and Orange Duchess of 741 Safford County. That is all I have. Those were included in the packets that were distributed tonight to the council members, since they could not be electronic. That's all I have, Mr. President.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Brings us to committee assignments and meeting dates. The meeting dates, for the most part, I have them down. I did forget new business. Sorry about that. New business. Mrs. Ames.
Thank you, President Pro Tem. There's going to be a change in the 4th of July celebration at the city pool this year. The pool will be open to the public from noon until 5 on July 4th. At 5 o'clock, the pool will be cleared out, and at 6 o'clock, the pool will reopen to the general public for 4th of July celebration. Regular full admission will be charged. There will be swimming and games and relays. Concession stand will be open as usual, and additional food will be available from Dennis Murphy and Schmucker Kelly's Catering. At 10 o'clock, the pool will be cleared, and guests are welcome to stay in the pool area to do the fireworks that they want, or they can go elsewhere this evening. So this is a change from the past where we had the sold the tickets and it was a private party for donations. This is open to the public. So everyone is invited to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Ames. I have one item I'd like to bring up. We have a resident, 508 Johnson Road. Everyone here needs to know this. There are 3 dump trucks full of garbage in the front yard, along with a van, and a pickup. You cannot get anything else in that yard. It smells bad. There are rats in the neighborhood. Houses across the street are beautiful homes. These people have to fit, and I can't look at it. I've talked to Mr. Green about it, and Joel's been involved in this. We're trying to get this taken care of. This is the reason why we have to pass legislation. It's 508 Johnson Road. Please, everyone here, just go up and drive past this. You won't believe it. You just won't. You've never seen it like this before.
Who owns the property?
I really don't know, and that's, Mr. Green is aware of all that. It's a rented property, it is a rental. Someone needs to go to jail here. Thank you. And with that, now we're at committee assignments and meeting dates. Assignment 1573 engineering is a request to remove all school traffic signage in Western and Smith Middle Schools and surrounding areas. Assignment 1574 finance is a request legislation appropriating $500 for the design of future board for outside contracts in local paving legal transcription fees. And assignment 1575 is the safety services, request to evaluate the creation of full-time nuisance parking enforcement office within the city police department. 1576 to development, request to authorize the mayor to enter into a contract with ORDC to file application for the state to participate in the 2015 CDBG Community Development Grant Programs. Assignment 1577 is to Utilities Transit, request to authorize the mayor to enter into a co-op purchasing program with the Ohio Department of Transportation for the purchases of new buses. And 1578, finance and request to allow the city to accept donations for the annual 4th of July public fireworks display. 1580, finance to request to authorize the municipal court to apply for the continuation of the court victim witness assistance program grant. And 1581, finance and request for council to adopt the city's tax budget for the year 2016. Assignment 1579 to development, and that's a request authorizing the appropriation of $6,944 for the city of Chillicothe to participate in the local funding of the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission for the fiscal year beginning January 1st, 2016. That brings us to legislation. Item 1.
First reading of an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Chillicothe to enter into a contract authorizing the Ohio Regional Development Corporation to file an application with the state of Ohio to participate in the 2015 CDBG Community Development Competitive Grant Programs, Downtown Revitalization Grant and Critical Infrastructure Grant, accepting the grants if funded, agreeing to comply with the program requirements, authorizing ORDC to administer the program, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Mrs. Ames.
I move to waive the 3 reading rule, please.
Second. Mrs. Patrick. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. Roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. Item 2.
First reading of a resolution authorizing the appropriation of funds in the amount of $6,944 as participating local funds for 2016 to the Ohio Valley Regional Development Commission on behalf of the city of Chillicothe, Ohio. First reading.
Item 3.
First reading of an ordinance authorizing the removal of the school designation for traffic control and all school traffic signage relating to the now closed Western Elementary School and Smith Middle School within the city of Chillicothe, Ohio. First reading.
Item 4.
First reading of an ordinance appropriating $550.53 to pay an outstanding invoice for a pump used for adding hydraulic fluid to the new refuse trucks and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Mrs. Neal.
I'd like to request waiving the 3 reading rule.
Second by Mr. Farina. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. The motion passes. Roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Freeman.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Kroll.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That ordinance passes. Item 5.
First reading of an ordinance re-adopting the residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan for purposes of receiving CDBG funds, authorizing the mayor to execute the residential anti-displacement and relocation assistance plan and declaring an emergency. First reading.
At this time, we'd like to bring up three repeal.
Second by Mrs. Ames. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. Motion passes. Roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That ordinance passes. Item 6.
First reading of a permanent ordinance authorizing the city to participate in the ODOT Cooperative Purchasing Program and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Mrs. Patrick.
I'd like to make a motion to waive the reading of the rule.
Second by Mrs. Gray. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That motion passes. Roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That ordinance passes. Item 7.
First reading of the resolution authorizing the Chillicothe Municipal Court to apply for the Victims of Crime Act grant and the State Victims Assistance Act grant to extend the Chillicothe Municipal Court Victim Witness Assistance Program, accepting said grant if awarded, and declaring an emergency. First reading.
Motion to waive the three-reading rule. Second by Mrs. Gray. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. The motion passes. Roll call on the ordinance.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That ordinance passes. Item 9.
First reading of an ordinance authorizing the appropriate city officials to add, oh, we're not reading.
No, that's right. I just would have brought the start. Sorry. Item 9 is to commit the,
Yes.
First reading of the resolution permitting the city of Chillicothe to accept donations for the city's annual 4th of July fireworks display and declaring an emergency. First reading.
motion to waive. Second by Mrs. Gray. Roll call on the motion.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That motion passes. Roll call on the resolution.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That resolution passes. We have a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Gray.
Second by Mr. Florina. Roll call.
Ames.
Yes.
Corcoran.
Yes.
Florina.
Yes.
Gray.
Yes.
Neal.
Yes.
Patrick.
Yes.
Cole.
Yes.
Trutchen.
Yes. That concludes this.